Hello, what's going on, guys? It's me, Steve, or you can say Spidergate, and today I'm gonna do the review and explanation of Batman White Knight issue number 1. This is super cool comic book, and I'm gonna tell you guys that after a long time I have seen this kind of comic book in DC history, or you can say in the whole comic book history of this year, or if the best thing it will be of last 3-4 months, because this is something out of the box comic book. And I'm gonna read this review from reconcile, and this review is written by Jim Werner, so I'm gonna read the whole words of him. I try not to spoil too much in my reviews, but it's pretty well known that the White Knight of this title is indeed the Joker, or Mr. Napier to be correct. We open up with a sequence with an M. Night Shyamalan twist that shows the reader just that, but it's obvious the book is more about what led to it all as we go back a year ago to more familiar ground. I'm a fan of Sean Murphy's art, and the darkness of it really sets the mood from the get-go. This is a dark, mature title that I was invested in from the first panel. The extended flashback sequence is all about classic Batman vs. Joker, but again, there is a twist. As Batman chases Joker over bridges and rooftops, Batgirl and Nightwing are there to tell Bruce how much he's going over the line. It's not like he's doing anything out of the ordinary, really. It's just that Sean Murphy is having fun with the reality of comic book vigilantism. The chase ends with Joker leading Batman into a warehouse when the Dark Knight goes ham on the Joker and then shoves tons of pills down his mouth. Now this is where Batman actually is fucked up. The attack goes viral, and we are presented with a Gotham who no longer knows if it needs or wants a Batman. After an interesting glimpse at what has been on Batman's mind, we get a peek inside the Joker's. It's nothing new. Joker and Batman have an interesting relationship, and Sean Murphy is about to make it even more so. The issue ends with Napier not only planning to defend himself in court, but planning to change up his role in Gotham going forward. Again, it's all set up in the first couple of pages of this issue, but it was still pretty damn cool to see it, because what is happening and what is happening not. I like this issue a lot. There is plenty of action, but I love the more subtle bits and love the way that Murphy is playing against the normal conventions in a Batman book. His art fits the story so well, kind of a caveat of being both writer and artist on the book. And even with the darkness here, there is a sly sense of humor beneath it all. Unless you were totally against Elseworlds story, you should pick this up. So yeah, overall, every reviewer is saying about a lot of good things in this Batman White Knight, and where I'm gonna say till now I didn't read this. Before reading this comic book, I was thinking why it got too much of rating, like 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 and those kind of things. But after reading this comic book, I am fully clear about the ratings. I could have given it a 15 or 20 out of 10 if I could, because this comic book is total out of the box. And actually the reason of loving this comic book storyline, because I was not expecting this to be that much of good, and that's why I love this comic book storyline. I love the White Knight of Batman, and I always wanted to see this kind of reverse storyline, like where Joker is the hero. So that's why I'm loving this comic book, and I already bought this comic book, spending my $3.99, and if you guys still didn't read it yet, just go to the comic book store, rush it, and buy this comic book, because this worth $1 million. This is just a joke, not $1 million, but it's worth really of its cost, because this is a nice storyline every reader should want in a comic book series, and that is what has given to us in Batman White Knight. And I'm gonna tell you guys that adventuresinporters.com also said this thing totally. The David Brooke guy as I love his reviews, and he has also said same thing what I said. That is, why does this matter? If you are a fan of stories that take place outside continuity and flip the script, so to speak, this will be for you. This is a version of Batman that's a bit unhinged and in desperation mode, only to be thrust further into chaos because of his best villain, the Joker. And this is the scene while Joker is saying, "So I'm going to be her White Knight," and he's not laughing at the end of his comment. He's pointing to the table and he is just totally iron-hided, and he is just standing on his words. So yeah, that's a Some Issue review. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.